So
I don't want Adam to be in my picture.
Hi, I'm Adam Crow here with Danny, Ryan, Tyler, and Bryce. Today we're going to be taking a look at the National Championship. Let's start it off with the Rose Bowl. In overtime thriller, Michigan are taking on Alabama. Blake Corum takes a deep run and scores to give Michigan the lead in overtime. He scores an incredible touchdown. He led the NCAA in touchdowns this year, and he scored in overtime. Now Alabama on their last drive, 3rd and goal here, makes a deep pass to go down at the 4-yard line. They need a touchdown here to potentially win the game or tie it. Now they're coming in. Alabama now need to score here on 4th and goal, and then mess up the run to give Michigan the lead to send them to the national championship. Michigan take it and go to the national championship. Let's look at Michigan's offense with Tyler.
Okay, Michigan's offense is a very balanced offense. You have a really strong run game with Blake Corum, 1,111 yards and 25 rushing touchdowns this year. He had the winning touchdown versus Alabama, and he also got the school record for touchdowns this year. Despite being very small, he's a very strong back with incredible speed, and overall, he's great for this offense. Another really important piece is J.J. McCarthy. He's 23 for 314 on 2,851 yards. Amazing efficiency and a great yardage output. He has 22 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, which is an amazing ratio. He's incredibly efficient with the ball, he's incredibly safe, and he's not prone to turnovers. Which is exactly what that Michigan offense needs, is just to not make mistakes and consistently get the ball downfield into scoring positions. Another great player is Roman Wilson. He has 45 receptions for 735 yards. He's an incredible receiver who had an amazing game versus Alabama, a humongous catch on the final drive to put them into the red zone, and he also had that game-tying touchdown. This season, he's had 12 touchdowns and has been, honestly, their most important receiving weapon this year. He's had a steady increase in usage throughout the years at Michigan, and overall, he's had an amazing year. Colston Loveland had 42 receptions for 585 yards, and he has been a really good weapon this year. He's been incredible in big games. Despite being quiet in the Rose Bowl, he's had a very good season. And the final part I want to mention is the offensive line, who's only allowed 19 sacks the whole season and 1 versus Alabama. This season, they've been amazing blocking, and it's been crucial for their success.
Thanks, Tyler. Now we're going to kick it over to Bryce, who's going to talk about the Michigan defense.
Yeah, and I want to get right back into sacks. Michigan defense in the first quarter of this game against Alabama had 5 sacks, which was just quite impressive the way they could handle Michigan's O-line, especially considering they're one of the best Alabama's O-line, especially considering they're one of the better in the NCAA. And they also had a forced fumble, which was really game deciding in giving them the lead and bringing it to overtime. They also forced 7 punts on Alabama, just constantly making drives scoreless. You can't win these games without preventing obvious scoring, and it really gave opportunity for that Michigan offense to shine. And then they sealed the game in overtime by again handling the Alabama offensive line and just, preventing the score. It was all it was.
Thanks, Bryce. Now we're going to go kick it over to Ryan, who's going to give a little recap from the Washington-Texas game.
Yeah, Penix in the pocket. He's going to look, and he's going to find Jaden McMillan in the end zone, and that's going to put them up. He's going to hit his little celly. He's going to go crazy. He had a day. And then Texas quarterback, he's going to launch one, and he's just going to climb the ladder, make a great play, and he's going to go crazy. And he's back, need this drive here, drops it in the bucket, and they're going to call it a catch at the 13-yard line, throws it up, and a great play by Washington's defender to save the game and seal it for Washington.
Washington are going to move on to the national championship. Ryan, why don't you talk about their offense?
Yeah, and why not with Penix? I mean, he just put up one of the most dominant bowl game performances in recent history, throwing for 430 yards, which is his 4th time doing that this season, and he has his 3rd most in a game this year. He throws for 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He made sure to involve all of his wide receivers sharing the ball a lot, and he was able to step up and make some huge throws like this. I mean, just launches it down the field wide open. And, if that option wasn't open, he's able to scramble and, make a play with his legs under pressure. And you can't get that out of a lot of quarterbacks the way that he does it so effectively. Always able to, extend the play, get extra time for his receivers, keeping his eyes downfield, and that leads to a lot more big plays, which keeps this offense explosive. And now I'd want to go to Dylan Johnson. He's carried their backfield all year, and he went down with a slight injury, but they say he's going to play. He had 23 carries with only 49 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns, being an explosive back at the end zone. I mean, he's a powerful runner. He's able to convert on short yard opportunities. He's everything you'd need out of an explosive young talent guy like this. He's just a necessity to the team. If they're playing without him tomorrow, then tonight this game might not be even close. He's just a playmaker, but he should be able to return.
Thanks, Ryan. Now Danny's going to talk about the Washington defense.
Washington's defense, outside of their edge rusher, Braylon Trice, who had 2 sacks in a ferocious performance against Texas, doesn't have much high-end NFL-type talent. The Huskies do have a knack for getting big stops in late games, which helps explain how they've won each of their last 10 games by 10 points or fewer. Talking about the Texas game, Washington's defense held Texas to a 3rd down efficiency of 4 and 11, forced 2 fumbles, and Jalen Ford had 10 tackles. Michael Tefe, 1 pass deflection, which was the game-winning pass deflection, which made them go to the national championship, and Ryan Rotz with 5 tackles, and a total of 3 team tackles for a loss.
Thanks, Danny. Now we're going to go into some predictions for the national championship. Let's start it off with Bryce.
Yeah, I got Michigan. I don't think that this Washington defense is going to be able to keep it up. And I think that Michigan defense will be able to handle Mike Penix Jr. I don't think they're going to have that offensive advantage. I got Michigan.
I also have Michigan, and in the same way that Bryce just said, Michigan's defense were able to handle Jaden Milroe, who's a scrambling quarterback. They could handle Penix outside the pocket as well, so I'm going to go with Michigan here.
I also have Michigan. I think Michigan's offense is just too dominant. Washington won't be able to stop it, and I think their defense will be able to hold Washington really well.
I got the Dogs. Give me Washington, and why not? I mean, everything right now, right here, big plays, shining lights. Who's gonna step up? It's gonna be Penix.
I got Washington because why not us?
I'm Adam Crow. Thank you for watching. Get ready for the national championship tonight. Thank you.